The Kansas City Chiefs are facing a punishment that has taken the football world by storm. In a league where rules, conduct, and integrity hold as much weight as performance on the field, severe disciplinary action is a moment that shakes the foundations of even the strongest franchises. The Chiefs have built a reputation as one of the most disciplined, talented, and successful organizations in recent years, consistently competing at the highest level. Yet this sudden decision reveals that no team, no matter how celebrated, is immune to accountability. Fans, analysts, and rival organizations are stunned, struggling to process how swiftly events unfolded and how serious the repercussions appear to be. This is more than an announcement. It is a turning point with consequences that could influence the team's trajectory for years. The NFL's decision underscores its determination to uphold its rules, even against its most prominent teams. For Kansas City, the message is loud and clear. Greatness brings scrutiny, and mistakes invite heavy consequences. The National Football League has always maintained a firm stance on discipline, ensuring that rules are not only enforced, but also serve as examples for the entire sporting community. When the Chiefs were handed this punishment, it was not just an isolated act, but a demonstration of the league's uncompromising authority. The NFL operates on a principle that every franchise, regardless of its size or success, is accountable to the same code. By making Kansas City the subject of such severe consequences, the league is reinforcing its commitment to fairness, consistency, and long-term credibility. Other teams, players, and coaches are now reminded of the risks when boundaries are crossed. The NFL understands its role extends beyond entertainment. It shapes values that resonate with fans worldwide. This punishment, though painful, for Kansas City, highlights the balance between power and responsibility. In enforcing discipline so visibly, the league is sending a message that will echo across locker rooms and boardrooms for seasons to come. The Kansas City Chiefs are more than a football team. They are a global brand, a symbol of excellence, and the pride of an entire city. This punishment now places that image under strain. Every successful franchise relies on reputation as much as performance, and reputational damage can spread quickly. Corporate partners, sponsors, and media outlets pay close attention to how organizations respond during moments of controversy. Within the team itself, the management must now navigate both public criticism and internal challenges. Decisions will need to be made swiftly to stabilize confidence among players and staff. The consequences may extend beyond the immediate punishment, affecting ticket sales, community trust, and the ability to attract future talent. For years, Kansas City has stood as an example of what consistent leadership can achieve. Now they must confront the reality that mistakes, whether large or small, carry consequences that test resilience. The franchise's legacy is not defined only by victories, but by how it responds to adversity. For the players, this punishment is deeply personal. They dedicate countless hours to preparation, performance, and carrying the weight of expectations on their shoulders. Now they are forced to balance the disappointment of the league's decision with their duty to remain focused. Experienced veterans may feel frustration, wondering how this development impacts their pursuit of another championship. Younger players still establishing their careers may struggle with uncertainty about their roles and futures. The emotional weight is compounded by public scrutiny, as every reaction becomes magnified by fans and the media. Yet football is built on resilience. Players must channel their emotions into discipline, ensuring the situation does not derail their on-field performance. The locker room environment will be crucial. Trust, unity, and determination must replace frustration if the team is to move forward effectively. While this punishment alters the external narrative, the players' internal response will determine whether the Chiefs remain contenders or allow setbacks to control their future. Head coach Andy Reid now carries the heaviest burden of his tenure with Kansas City. Known for his calm presence and steady leadership, Reid has always been the anchor in times of uncertainty. This punishment, however, places unprecedented pressure on his role. He must balance preparation for competition with addressing morale, ensuring that the locker room does not fragment under the weight of controversy. Reid's communication skills will be tested as he reassures veterans, guides young players, and holds management accountable to their shared vision. His ability to keep focus on fundamentals while deflecting distractions will determine whether the Chiefs maintain their identity as disciplined professionals. Leadership during triumph is simple. Leadership during crisis defines legacies. For Andy Reid, this challenge demands wisdom, patience, and resilience. If he can steer the team through turbulence, his reputation will not only remain intact, but grow stronger. For now, the Chiefs' direction rests heavily on his shoulders. Patrick Mahomes stands at the heart of the Kansas City Chiefs, both on and off the field. As the face of the franchise and one of the league's brightest stars, he cannot escape the shadow of this punishment. Every word he speaks and every action he takes will be esquiai, routinized as fans look to him for reassurance. Mahomes has always been known for his ability to thrive under pressure, but this moment requires more than athletic brilliance. It demands leadership, composure, and the ability to unite teammates during turmoil. His focus will need to remain sharp, proving that distractions cannot undermine performance. Mahomes' role extends beyond inspiring confidence in games. It now includes shaping how the organization is perceived externally. If he carries himself with poise, he can help shift the narrative from punishment to perseverance. For Kansas City, his response will be as important as his arm strength, as the future of the team's morale depends heavily on his leadership. Across the league, reactions to the Chiefs' punishment have been swift and intense. Rival organizations view the development as both an opportunity and a warning. Teams in the AFC West sense vulnerability, believing that the once untouchable Chiefs may now face obstacles that level the playing field. Coaches and executives across the NFL are quietly reinforcing discipline within their own franchises, reminding players and staff of the consequences Kansas City now faces. Sports media has amplified the story, dissecting every angle and speculating on long-term effects. Former players and analysts debate whether the league was too harsh or simply maintaining its integrity. In every discussion, one truth remains clear. The Chiefs are under a spotlight brighter than ever before. Their ability to respond will determine whether this moment becomes a downfall or a demonstration of resilience. The NFL community, while critical, also watches closely, knowing that Kansas City's story will shape conversations well beyond the season. For the fans, this punishment feels like a personal blow. Kansas City supporters have built their identity around loyalty, passion, and unshakable pride in their team. Now they are forced to defend that pride in conversations filled with criticism and doubt. Many fans feel betrayed, struggling to understand why their beloved franchise faces such severe consequences. Others remain defiant, convinced that the punishment will only fuel the Chiefs' determination to rise again. Social media reflects this divide, with debates raging about accountability, fairness, and future expectations. Yet through disappointment, one constant remains: the unwavering love fans hold for their team. Arrowhead Stadium will still echo with chants, but the emotions may carry new intensity, fueled by a mix of frustration and resilience. Fans are more than spectators, they are part of the team's identity. Their energy, even in times of struggle, will play a role in how the Chiefs navigate this difficult chapter of their journey. The history of the NFL is filled with moments when dominant franchises faced adversity. Whether through suspensions, sanctions, or unexpected setbacks, no dynasty has been immune to challenges. The Patriots endured controversies yet rebuilt stronger. The Cowboys faced years of scrutiny but preserved their iconic brand. The Chiefs now stand at a similar crossroads. This punishment will either serve as the moment that tested and strengthened their resolve, or the beginning of a decline. Looking through history, it becomes clear that punishment does not guarantee downfall, but it always forces transformation. Kansas City's response will decide how future generations remember this moment. Was it the spark that fueled a new era of discipline and resilience, or the crack that began to erode a dynasty? History rewards those who adapt and persevere. For the Chiefs, this punishment will forever mark their timeline, but how they rise from it will define their true legacy. As the dust settles, the Kansas City Chiefs face a future defined by resilience, leadership, and adaptation. Punishment has brought uncertainty, but it has also created an opportunity for renewal. Great organizations are not measured solely by victories, but by how they withstand trials. The Chiefs must now embody the discipline they are accused of lacking, proving to the league and to themselves that setbacks can become fuel for greatness. Andy Reid's leadership, Patrick Mahomes' composure, and the unwavering loyalty of fans will combine to shape the next chapter. The punishment is severe, but it does not close the story. Instead, it opens a new chapter where Kansas City must redefine its identity with courage and focus. Every game, every practice, and every decision moving forward will carry the weight of this moment. The Chiefs' dynasty is tested, but its future remains in their hands. The punishment may define today, but resilience will define tomorrow.